Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me about Taurus. What's happening? What can we see here? Energy, messages, insights, please, and thank you. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus. Please and thank you. Let's get this card out here. What's the vibe for my good friends? Please. As we move towards Sagittarius season. It's right around the corner. Okay, lots of people. This doesn't surprise me because I feel like I saw this for you last week in the main part of the spread, and we'll talk about that a little later. But I've been also seeing it so much around the other zodiac signs where it's like been court cards and lots of other people, and it's just a lot of energy. This is an interesting card. It doesn't come out often, so I like that it came up for you. But before we fully get into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little further in depth. So we see here pictured, we have a man, we have a woman, we have all these different pictures of people. Even in the background, there's like silhouettes and shadows of people there. So there's a lot of people, lots of energy. Now, for a portion of you, this could just represent some sort of group dynamic. So whether we're talking about family, co-workers, there's just a lot of people here. Now, for a small portion of Tauruses, maybe your attention, your focus is in a whole bunch of different places. I know a lot of Tauruses, and I know they usually keep themselves very busy, a busy schedule normally. So when I see this, it could just be your focus being in a lot of different places. But aside from that, aside from all the different people that could be moving your way or coming towards you energetically, this could really just be spirit saying like, all right, well, you might be hypersensitive to energy in this time, whether it's something that is one of your natural gifts or not. Like you could just very, very sensitive to vibes or energy. Okay, I know that's an odd little message to pick up. So make sure you're keeping yourself energetically locked down when this card is here. But yeah, so many people showing up with this card. I also link this card to social media as well, or being on the internet. So maybe some of you there's some extra time being put into that. We're just going to leave it at that for now, though. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for you, Taurus. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled, Here They Come. And there were a lot of people showing up in your reading last week. That's why I said when this card came out, all right, doesn't surprise me. There was a certain magnetism I was picking up from you last week that I see from time to time for other signs, but it was like I'm pulling something in, I'm pulling things in. And that's been spreading around the zodiac. I think Gemini had it going, you had it going last week. But let's see what energy show up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get 3 cards here from my beautiful Taurus friends. What is going on? Gods and spirit team, what do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Okay, yep, does not surprise me. Starting with the Page of Pentacles. So big communicator. That's another theme I've been seeing for you quite a bit. I mean, this could represent you. I do like this nice fresh energy I'm getting from that Page of Pentacles. Let's get a couple more cards out here. Thank you. Okay, so not surprised that we have another court card. So now we have the Queen of Swords. She's been very popular this week. Let's get one more for Taurus, please. What do we got? What do we got for my good friends? Okay, so cool. You're going to have a bonus card this week. So on the back position, we do have the Fool. That's the first one that popped out. But along with it came Judgment. Okay, very, very powerful. Lots of people. I don't know why so many people are showing up in your energy, Taurus. It's like very prominent to me, and we didn't even start clarifying yet. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, elementally, we got a little bit of a mixed bag to start us off. We have some earth. That's a very comfortable element for you. We have air, the realm of the mind, and communication. Both of these cards are communicators as well. And we have the Fool, fire energy, initiator, getting something moving, getting something going. So there's a lot of energy, especially with back here, judgment. Powerful, powerful stuff. So I'm interested to see how this all plays together because, I mean, like I've been saying, with so much energy around you, this could be separate things. These could be different people, or it could all just be one thing. But there's an intensity to it this week. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we're starting off with the Page of Pentacles. I like pages. Usually the pages are beautiful, fresh type of energy. They could represent new. I always say all pages are students and messengers. So for Tauruses in this time, now is a great time to pick up information, learn new things, feed your brain, especially with the Page of Pentacles, extremely studious type of energy here. But it can, again, it could be a talk, communication, or message of some sort, whether it's something you need to get off your chest or one that's going to show up. We'll see how prominent it is when we get into the clarifier. Now, what are some of the challenges when it comes to page energy? If this is not representing another earth sign or a person you're connected to, pages, due to the youthfulness, are similar to aces where they're not fully developed energies. So this is something where it's like, okay, not quite guaranteed. There's a lot of potential when this energy's here, but it could also be limited time only. So there could be a situation or something where it's like, if you don't make moves towards it, if you just let it be, it's not going to fully come to fruition. So that's a challenge. And sometimes pages could also be shy when we're talking about communicating. So whether you or somebody else you're connected to is a certain shyness, but we'll see. We'll see when we clarify it. Moving to the second card, we have the Queen of Swords. Complete and total opposite of this Page of Pentacles. Now, whether these are energies that you're stepping into or not, I mean, it could be an air sign you're connected to, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I think the Queen of Swords is one of the most powerful energies in the whole entire deck. You see her there. She's not messing around. She's not playing games, and she has been all over the Zodiac this week. I've seen her in so many readings, and she's showing up here for you. I always say she's straightforward. She's to the point, no BS. So for a lot of Tauruses in this time, this could just be an energy that you're embodying, where it's like, listen, I don't got time for nonsense. I don't got time for games. Like, that's very much what this Queen is about. Now, aside from those things, the beautiful thing about the Queen of Swords is she's extremely intelligent, logical, very good at planning. Okay, so there could be something here regarding planning or strategy. We'll see when we clarify it. A challenge of her is she can be cold. She could cut a lot of things out, and she could be very cold-hearted sometimes. She could even be mean. So hopefully this isn't somebody being too aggressive towards you. We'll definitely want to take a look at her. And I often say when the Queen of Swords shows up, she can signal something that's serious because she's so stern. So whether it's a situation, whether it's a conversation, there's something about her where it's like there's an importance to it. So we'll see what's up with her. Now, moving to the very back, another complete gear shift in the energy, because we go from like, yeah, this like little bashful energy to the very stern, cold, solid energy in the center to the Fool. This is jovial. This is happy-go-lucky. It's having a good time. Now, this does link to Aries. It's the initiator of the tarot deck. The Fool itself is the protagonist of the tarot deck. So it's similar to this page. It does represent fresh energy, new things, new journeys, new adventures. We love this type of energy. And the positives of it, like I said, there's a lightheartedness to it. So the way the energy's shifting, whether these are different things or whether this is like how a situation's changing, where it's like, I'm getting whiplash here with the way the energy's moving. It's like, oh, we started out slow, then it got really serious. Now it's like all fun and games. So like there's a bizarre vibe that I'm picking up here. So again, the energetic roller coaster could be coming in for a lot of Tauruses when this card is here. A big warning that I always say with the Fool is spontaneousness. Like this Fool could do things without thinking about it. It's like act first, ask questions later. So there could be a little warning in this time where Spirit's asking you to think something through or plan it. Don't be super spontaneous. So, I mean, it's just interesting how all this energy is shifting for you this week. Now, to the back end, we do have Judgment as a bonus. This is another little footnote. I say this is Plutonian energy. It does represent change. Okay, so the fact that it's coming up as a bonus with all these energies gear shifting on us, for a lot of Tauruses, there could be some big changes coming up, and we'll see when we clarify it. But Judgment is all about transformation. Sometimes it does show up when things resurface as well, when things come back around. So I want to dive deeper on all the Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, what do we have here? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message. Means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that page. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Pentacles time. What's going on? What's that page here? Five of Swords. Okay, sending a message. I don't know why there is something here. It's like I need to make my intentions clear. I need to send a message, and it feels a little aggressive here, my friends. We have the Five of Swords. Now, for a small portion of Tauruses, whatever situation you're going through right now, I think there's nothing wrong about prioritizing yourself or doing what's right for you. Okay, I know Tauruses have big hearts, especially for people they care about, people they love. From all the Tauruses I know in my personal life, they're the type of people that'll give you the shirt off their back if you need it, or if you need help. When I see a card that could be representing you with the Five of Swords, it's either one of two things to me. Either it is some sort of conflict. So in this time, watch out. You might be coming across much more blunt than you normally do. So just know that your words could be cutting deep, or they might cut deep. So this could be a very serious, stern conversation or message. But I also get the vibe where you might need to prioritize yourself and do what's best for you in this time. And there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, there's a very strong sternness here. And I got that vibe. I can't let it go where it's, I need to send a message. I need to make an example. That sounds a little too feisty to me, but I don't know why that came through. So you just take it, integrate it, and see what shows up this week. Because when I see the Five of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, it's like I'm not playing games. I'm not messing around. So I feel like your tolerance for things. I know Tauruses could be very patient, but I feel like your tolerance for things or your tolerance for BS could be minuscule. Let's keep moving. Let's see what that Queen of Swords has. Either that or it's just an aggression here. But why is the Queen of Swords here? I need to set an example. I don't know why that keeps coming through. That's so peculiar. So why is that Queen of Swords in the mix? Thank you. Whoa. Okay. I mean, message received. We have the Wheel of Fortune, similar to Judgment in the fact that it is karmic, it is change-based. That is my four-leaf clover. I do feel for a lot of you, when you start taking something much more serious, that's when you're going to start seeing results. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but it's like, all right, well, if you take this seriously, if you put effort into it, you will collect the result you want. So with that Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, two main messages. Once again, either that's a serious win. It's like, all right, well, I started taking it serious. Now it's succeeding for me. That's great. Or like I mentioned earlier, this is like a serious change too. So it's like with the energy, the way it's moving, it's like giving me a little whiplash here, especially with the wheel. It's very fast, very sudden. So I feel for a lot of Tauruses, the energy is building up, and I feel like something can change very quickly when this energy is here in the center. Now remember, the wheel is Jupiter energy. It's very expansive. It's karmic as well, so it can speak of the cycles of life. I like the energy in the center. It is a little cold here up in the front, so I don't know if this is someone you're connected to or they're it seems like they're changing. I don't necessarily feel like it's that for all of you, but let's keep moving, because I feel like this is where we might get the final product. To me, it's like something is maturing, something is going through a process. Like when we go from this page, buckling down into this, let's see what the result's going to be. Let's go in on the Fool, and we'll do a quick recap before we get a shadow card. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely change afoot, especially with Judgment and the Wheel. So let's see what's happening. Why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here? Thank you. Okay, Three of Pentacles in reverse. More people. Okay, so for some Tauruses out there, just watch the circle that you're connected to, okay? And that could be a whole bunch of different things, especially with the vibes we were picking up last week and the vibes we were picking up here in the beginning. And then even with all the court cards that we're seeing here, the Three of Pentacles is another card of groups of individuals, collectives of people. So when I see the Fool and the Three of Pentacles in reverse, for a lot of you, there is a much more solitary type of energy showing up here on the back. So for a lot of you, whether your new journey, there is some sort of independence tied to it. I just feel for the most part, a lot of you just keep an eye on certain individuals in your circle. Like if you keep an eye, everything should be fine. Now, the Three of Pentacles in reverse can sometimes represent a change of money situation. Sometimes it could represent a change of work and business in general. But when I see it in reverse underneath the Fool, to me, it's very similar to what we have here on the front end. Prioritizing yourself. Get serious about something. Buckle down on it. I don't know why it's there, because another vibe I'm picking up here is like, you could do it yourself. Like there's something that you can get through and work through on your own back. I don't know why it's coming through that way. So just keep an eye on your circle of people, especially with all the energies that are showing up. Now, if everything's fine for you and nothing feels like what we've been describing, that's okay too. Just know that there could be certain people around you that are going through one with all this change building up. It's a very strong energy building up. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Five of Swords in the upright. I did say, yeah, this could be a little more straightforward and aggressive. So just know in this time, you could be, there's something about your words that are getting right to the point. Another vibe here is prioritizing yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Like go for the outcome you want most. But I also got like sending a message, like someone that wants to make an example, where it's like, that is what it is. That just came through. In the center, we have the Queen of Swords, very stern, serious, with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I do feel if there is something that you want to attain or an outcome you want, once you get very serious about it, you can get that win. But another vibe I was picking up here is that change, that really powerful change stirring up under the surface. Okay, there is a metamorphosis as this energy goes on. And by the back end, we do get much more self-reliant, if that makes sense. We have the Fool with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, there might be a change in money situation, change in work and business. Not all change is bad, but I also get a vibe of like, keep an eye on those you surround yourself with. Like it's not a full-on warning just yet, but it's Spirit acknowledging all the energies that could be affecting you in this time. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what's going on for my Taurus friends. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a bad thing. It could be good too. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get it going here. One shadow card. My Taurus friends. Thank you. Oh, and dropped into my lap. Okay, we do have the Nine of Swords. That is a little bit of a high-strung type of energy. And I was seeing that in the other signs. I'm not going to necessarily say this is you. Now, the Nine of Swords, aside from being a little high-strung, it could focus on things like sleep. So if you've been having a lot of insomnia, weird dreams, funky stuff like that, the Nine of Swords could absolutely represent it. And I feel like it also ties into the reading as a whole, because remember how I've been saying for a lot of Tauruses, you could be extra sensitive to energy. The Nine of Swords is one of my cards of the paranormal or the unseen energy. So even if you're a scientific, pragmatic-minded individual, just know, like, if you're feeling a little off, you're feeling some things that you don't normally feel, I feel like it's due to the energetic sensitivity that a lot of Tauruses possess in this time. Nine of Swords could literally just be Spirit telling you to get a little more rest, right? So I don't think this is a bad thing. Make sure, like, if you are having sleep problems, maybe you might want to fix that if possible, or give some energy to it. So yeah, not bad. I do like the reading overall for the most part. So Taurus, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.